Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Notre Dame All-American Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14 College Football Revamped. And ladies and gentlemen, it is getting down to the wire. We've got 2 games left in the regular season. We've got the game in this episode against Minnesota. Then we've got a huge matchup against Nebraska, which, knowing what Nebraska is in real life is funny to say. But we've got a huge matchup which could determine the winner of the division, our side of the division, in the next episode after this. And then we've got possibly Big Ten championship game. It all depends on if we beat Nebraska and if we beat Minnesota. Because really, if we lose to Minnesota, then we're basically, that game against Nebraska is not going to matter as long as Nebraska wins their game this week. So if we beat Minnesota, which I would expect us to do, then we go next episode, we play Nebraska, which is going to be a matchup. It's going to be the battle for the West. So that's going to be a big matchup. And if we win that game against Nebraska, then we will go to the Big Ten championship game to play whoever comes out of the East. So that's 3 huge episodes. I don't know what bowl we're going to get. We're not going to get the national championship game because there are 4 teams ahead of us that are better records than we do. So we're not going to be in the national championship game this year. We could get Rose Bowl is a possibility, being the team that comes out of the Big Ten. So we could play a Pac-12 team, maybe whether it's USC or Utah or UCLA, Washington, whoever comes out of the Pac-12, I don't really know. But we could get a Rose Bowl appearance. I guess there is a possibility of like an Orange Bowl or a Fiesta Bowl. So there's some pretty prestigious New Year's Six bowls that we could get. It's probably going to be Rose Bowl most likely if we do come out of the Big Ten. So that's, unless the Rose Bowl is no. I was thinking of the playoff format. I was going to say unless the Rose Bowl is part of the national championship game, but that would just be for the playoffs. This is an alternate universe where the playoffs don't exist. So pretty big final 2 games of the regular season, especially the game next episode against Nebraska. That's going to be a massive game. So we can't look too far ahead. We can't look past Minnesota because this could be considered a trap game where we go into Minnesota, because we are going to Minnesota. We're going to their field. It's an away game. So we could be looking past them, looking ahead to Nebraska, a big game, possibly deciding the division, and we get caught up. I don't want that to happen. So let's focus, buckle down, and beat Minnesota, and then we can look at what we have to deal with next episode against Nebraska. So if you guys go on to enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go play the Golden Gophers and see if we can pick up that much-needed victory. All right, here we are. It is Week 12 against Minnesota, number 5 ranked team in the country, Notre Dame versus 5-5 unranked Minnesota. It is going to be a very, very interesting game. All of the people say it's going to be an easy one. I hope they're right. I hope they really are right. If we take a look at season stats on the year, we've got one more game after this. Mariota has 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1,300 passing yards. He hasn't really been able to do much because he hasn't been asked to do a whole lot, because we've got this man behind him. Todd Gurley with 253 carries, 1,531 yards, and 20 touchdowns. And Mariota's not a slouch either. He's got 60 carries for 419 yards and 5 touchdowns himself. So he's been doing very, very well. The receiving core has kind of been forgotten about just because we've been so focused on the run game. Michael Thomas has done okay. Will Fuller's done pretty good when he's gotten open. O.J. Howard's been good. If we take a look at the actual roster, and if we take a look at like how many people we're going to be losing after this season, we're going to be losing our quarterback. Both of our quarterbacks, Manziel and Mariota, will be gone, so they'll leave. It'll be Jameis Winston's team, barring any transfers from any quarterbacks. We do have Deshaun Watson. We have Lamar Jackson as backups. Lamar's on redshirt this year. So Jameis will be the starter, and then Deshaun will be the backup. Jameis will have 1 year as the starter, then it's Deshaun's team for probably 2 seasons, then Lamar will take over. That's the plan. That's the succession plan. We're losing Todd Gurley. He's graduating, going to the NFL. Alvin Kamara will probably step up along with Derrick Henry. It'll probably be Derrick Henry's team for next season. Kamara will fill in as like the 1-2 punch. Then we have McCaffrey back there, and we have Saquon back there. So that's our succession plan at running back. Fullback, Derek Watt will graduate, and then we will have Chandler Cox be the fullback for the next few seasons. Amari Cooper will be gone. Mike Evans will be gone. Michael Thomas probably comes back. There's a possibility, there's a world where he graduates and leaves, but he could be back as our number 1. Will Fuller will be back. Juju will be back, obviously, and then all these guys will be here. Mark Andrews, Calvin Ridley, Aquemius St. Brown will be here. So the wide receiver core is still pretty much solid. I do like it. OJ Howard has the possibility of leaving. I don't see a world where he does, but he could have the possibility. So we have some pretty good tight ends behind him. So it would probably help if he did leave, but I don't think he will. Ronnie Stanley will be gone, so it'll be Mike McGlinchey's job at left tackle. Then at left guard, we have 2 guys that are going to be here for a while. Isaiah Wynn and Quentin Nelson. Matt Hagerty will be gone next season. So will Nick Martin. So we're going to bring in a whole new center, which is where we could move somebody. Maybe Isaiah Wynn or Quentin Nelson goes over to center. Who knows? Or we just recruit a center. I don't know. Right guard, Austin Blythe will be gone. So we could move Quentin Nelson or Isaiah Wynn to right guard. Or we recruit one. I don't know. So we're going to have a completely revamped offensive line. Taylor Decker will be gone. So it'll be Cam Robinson's job at right tackle. Then on the defensive side of things, Joey Bosa will still be here, and we've got Josh Sweat and Cleveland Farrell up behind him. Robert Kindiche will be here. Sheldon Day will be gone. He's been a prominent force on the D-line for the past 3 seasons. Myles Garrett will still be here. And then we have Leonard Williams, who probably stays, but maybe he goes. I don't really know yet. DeForest Buckner, same thing. I think he stays. Then we have Malik McDowell and Christian Wilkins. Miles Jack, Malik Jefferson, and Tremaine Edmonds are the linebackers on the left side. We don't have to worry about any of them leaving. I guess Miles Jack does have the option of leaving since he's a sophomore redshirt, but I don't see a world where he does. Jalen Smith will still be here. Reggie Ragland will be gone, which I'm a little bit upset about because I love Reggie Ragland. Ben Boulware will still be here. Rashawn Evans and Asmar Bilal, however you pronounce his name, will still be here too. Josh Perry will be gone. Leonard Floyd and Roquan Smith will take over. And then the corners. This is where we get hurt a lot. Trey Waynes, Kavari Russell, Marcus Peters, all gone. Our top 3 corners who have been here since the beginning of this save are going to be gone. That's going to be a big blow. Jalen Ramsey probably stays. Eli Apple probably stays. And then we got Tre'Davious White, Adoree Jackson, Marshawn Lattimore, and Denzel Ward. So we've got some depth and we got some good spots behind him. But it's just going to be sad to see these 3 guys go. They've been such a staple of this defense for so long. Kevin Byard will be gone. It'll be Minka's job next season. Landon Collins will be gone. It'll be Jamal Adams' job next season. So, I mean, we're losing a lot of people. Will Lutz will be gone as well, our starting kicker, who's been here the entire time. So, I mean, it's just, it's going to be a whole new era of Notre Dame football when all these guys graduate and move on. And that's barring any transfers. I hope we don't get any transfers because of like lack of playing time or something, but that's always a possibility. You never know. I'm just hoping that we don't end up getting anybody that wants to transfer out, especially like Jameis Winston or anything. But that is always a possibility. You never know with the lack of playing time what a player's going to do and if they're going to transfer or not. So we can't focus too much on the future and on the off season. We got to focus straight ahead on Minnesota because they are our team that we're playing on the road. It could be considered a trap game to most fans, but I think we're going to be able to go in here and absolutely dominate like we usually do. So if you guys are excited for the end of the season to be upon us and then for the off season, which is always the fun part, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go play the Gophers and hopefully beat them pretty easy.
Hi everybody, Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Notre Dame's been on a roll lately, but a winning streak is only important if it continues to be a winning streak. By extending it, we'll see if they can get it done in this one. That's going to do it for us here on the pregame show. NCAA Football 14 action coming at you right now. Brett Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit.
TCF Bank Stadium and Minneapolis, Minnesota, the site for this incredible game.
Let's head down to the coin toss now. It's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we lost the coin toss, so we're getting the ball first. And here we go. We are in Minnesota for a possible upset appearance by the Golden Gophers. I don't see that as a possibility, but you never know. You never expect to see the upset as the team that is better. So we'll just continue to pound the ball like we do this season. That has been our identity this year. Has been just pound the rock with our Heisman favorite, Heisman contending running back, Todd Gurley, who I don't think is going to be able to pass Brett Hundley. I just don't think it's going to happen. Passing a quarterback, I've been saying this for the past couple of episodes, just a running back trying to pass a quarterback in the Heisman race is just a tall task. It's so hard to try and accomplish unless Brett Hundley just has an awful game, which I don't see happening. But Marcus Mariota is going to be able to get a first down on the QB option. You love to see that. We need to keep an eye. Arizona's playing UCLA, so we need to keep an eye on that game because that is Brett Hundley's game. And right now they're tied as the game just started. That's going to be a big one. If Brett Hundley struggles in that game and we have a good one with Todd Gurley, that could lead to some things as Michael Thomas is able to get 9 yards on that one. Letting the ball fly a little bit in this one on the opening possession. We're going to keep things fast-paced, trying to get these Golden Gophers to get worn out. Juju Smith could be open. And Juju will be open. Juju Smith-Schuster, the freshman down the field, 21 yards. He's going to hopefully have a bigger role next year. That's obviously the goal for him to have a more prominent role in the offense next season. He's just kind of buried a little bit on the depth chart this year with all the talent that we have at wide receiver with Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, all those guys. But they'll be gone. It'll be Juju's opportunity next year, along with possibly Michael Thomas, who could be the number 1. Michael Thomas certainly could be the number 1 if he chooses to stay for his senior season. I feel like he would, but you never know. Like I said earlier, you never know what these guys are going to think with the lack of playing time that they get and all that stuff. I might have to roll out here and throw this on the run. It's going to be O.J. Howard. He's going to be able to bring it in for 4 yards. That wasn't the initial read that I had. My initial read got it blocked very, very quickly into the drive, or very into the play. Michael Thomas could be the guy. I'm going to roll. I'm going to fire it. It's going to be Michael Thomas. He's going to break a tackle initially, but he won't be able to get the first down. Throwing on the run with Marcus Mariota has not been our strong suit this year. They want us to go for it. Okay, I agree with them. I do like this. We are in field goal range for our senior kicker, Will Lutz. So kicking it was not like the worst thing in the world. But we do have an option here, and Mariota throws off his back foot, and it's incomplete. Marcus. You cannot be that inaccurate when you're throwing on the run. Yeah, that's probably my fault. But still, you got to be more accurate than that, Marcus. Minnesota's starting quarterback is injured for this game, so they have their backup in. I did notice that when we were loading into the game on the injury report. He's holding it a long time, and he'll just throw it away. He might have had somebody coming back towards the ball. You never know in the middle of the field there. But he just chooses to throw it away. Maybe he felt too much pressure. I don't know. We did have somebody bearing down on him. It might have been Jalen Smith coming in after him. Joey Bosa's been our dominant pass rusher this year, getting a lot of pressure. There's going to be Williams. Sheldon Day will try to track him down. Won't be able to actually tackle him. It'll be Jalen Smith that's the guy that bring him down. Jalen Smith's been such a stud since coming in last year. Absolute monster. He's just everywhere. He's always around the ball, which is why I'm not like that upset. It's a screen pass and I wasn't ready for it. Sheldon Day could try to tackle him, couldn't get there. Jalen Smith again is the one to make the tackle. But that's why I'm not like I should be more upset about Reggie Ragland leaving this year, and I am. Honestly, I am sad that Reggie Ragland's leaving because I do like Reggie, what he brings to the table. But Jalen Smith kind of fills that role anyway. He does the same stuff that Reggie Ragland does, maybe even at a higher level. So the fact that we have somebody to fill that spot already on the team, and he's performing at such a high level already, I feel like the position, the middle linebacker position, is in a good spot. And he's only a sophomore, so he has at least one more season to stay around, maybe 2 if he chooses to come back for a senior year in a couple years. 2nd down and 7 for the Gophers. They're going to go with a little bit of misdirection. It's going to be Williams, and he'll get stopped in the backfield. Landon Collins not fooling it. You're not getting past Landon Collins. The senior safety is able to make a big-time play, and it's 3rd down and 10. Huge loss on the play there. That is a big momentum boost for us. And UCLA is up 13-7 or 13-0 now. Bosa misses the tackle, but he does trip him up. It's 4th and 7. They'll have to punt. So Bosa makes a big impact play there. It's not looking good for Brett Hundley to slip up in this game. They're already up 14-0 on whoever they're playing. Arizona State, I think, is who they're playing. All right, Trey Wayne's back to receive. He will receive it at, I don't know, like the 13 something. Cut it back in. Trey Waynes had a little bit of space. Had a little bit of space there. If he was a little quicker, he might have been able to take off. That could have been huge if he would have got that. All right, let's get to the run game here. They stopped us. They stopped us on the run game, made me pass it a lot more than I wanted to. Hopefully I can actually get some big runs like I did on that one. 6 yards. If we're getting 6 yards a carry in this game, I will certainly be happy with that. I will certainly be happy with getting 6 yards a carry. We're going to keep handing it to Gurley until they prove that they can stop us. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Gurley right up the middle. He's got space. Todd Gurley in the middle. 21 yards just like that. Ooh, he just had that burst of acceleration right through the zone. It was incredible. Now we'll go with a little bit of read option because they're going to expect us to go again with Todd Gurley. So maybe they'll read Gurley instead of reading Mariota. Nope, they read Mariota. That's okay because we can hand it off to Gurley, and he's going to fall forward for about 8. I wish he would have been able to just to break that tackle normally and been able to take off for more yards because that would have been very helpful if he would have done that. Let's continue to pound the rock. They can't stop us on this drive, so we might as well continue to do it. If they're going to stop us, then fine, we'll pass the ball. But look at these open lanes that I'm getting. Well, maybe not on that one. Initially, there was an open lane there. I just didn't get it. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. It's a 0-0 game. 0-0 game in the second quarter in Minnesota. We'll go read option. This worked last time with Gurley, so they read Mariota, so we'll give it to Gurley. Gurley will get flattened a little bit. Huge hit, but he got 5 yards. 7 carries, 46 yards. I know, why would I go away from it? But that's the thing, that's the Galaxy Brain ideas. Now we go away from it, we go to the pass, and maybe it opens up a little bit more. I might have been wrong here. We got to run with Mariota. He's got space. Good block, and Marcus Mariota goes out of bounds after a gain of 17. Having a guy that can run at quarterback is just a beautiful thing. It's such a benefit. Such a benefit. And now we'll go with another run play with Gurley. Nebraska won against Purdue. They only won by a field goal to unranked Purdue, but Nebraska does win. So if we end up pulling this one out, which Todd Gurley looks like he's going to get in the end zone, and we're going to score a touchdown to take the lead in the second quarter. Big time run from Todd Gurley there. So if we hold on and win this game, it'll be for the division in the next episode. Nebraska and Minnesota, or Nebraska and Notre Dame. Great blocking up the field by the offensive line and some of the receivers. And Will Lutz right down the middle, and that is 7-0 for the Irish. Kick this back to the Gophers and hopefully continue our dominance on defense. They're trying to do a little bit of read option, and it worked a little bit on their first drive, but not like amazing. It didn't work amazing. Maybe they'll try something else. I don't know how good this quarterback is because he's the backup. I don't know if he can throw the ball or if he's just a runner. He could very much just be a runner. They are going to throw it, actually, or at least have the option to throw it. Bosa wasn't ready for it. And it's going to be KJ May with the catch and a 5-yard reception. Bosa might have had an opportunity to tip the ball away. Tip. But he wasn't paying attention. He was nowhere near ready for that ball. That ball came out hot. That was like a fastball. They're going to go to the run game again. It's going to be Williams. He's going nowhere. It's Jalen Smith again, the All-American linebacker. Amazing performance from him already. He's got, what, like 3 or 4 tackles in the first half already? He's been killing the game. And it's 3rd and 6 for the Gophers. They're going to pass. Ragland. That's going to be... Why did Trey Wayne stop that? Did you see him? He kind of like was going towards the ball. Then he pauses for a second. He hesitates. And then he goes after him and it's already too late. I might have been able to pick that off. And UCLA has got 28-0 on Arizona State. So if there was ever going to be a slip up for Brett, for Brett Hundley, it's not going to be in that game. Oh, God. Josh Perry levels Dexter Foreman there on the run. I don't know why he didn't pitch it. Maybe he wasn't at the angle to be able to pitch the ball. It might have been a fumble or something if he did. But he got destroyed on that one. Josh Perry let him feel it. We got to get pressure on Dexter Foreman. He's inexperienced. And that's going to be Ben Boulware meeting him at the point of impact there. Eric Carter holds on, surprisingly. Very good catch. But Ben Boulware was right there. The only incomplete pass for Foreman today was that incomplete pass in the first drive. So he's been very productive so far. He hasn't done much, but he's been very productive. And Reggie Ragland, I was ready to get the sack there. We need a tackle here. Kavari Russell can't do him, but Kevin Byard can. Kevin Byard with the tackle stops him behind the line, or the line to gain, and that is a 4th down. Another punt for this Minnesota team. Our defense is very good. I will say that. We do have a very, 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 very good defense. Oh, Arizona State actually put up a touchdown on UCLA, so they're back in the game. Down 28-7. Punts it out of bounds, and we will get the ball in favorable field position. Better than what if it would have got like down at the 3 or something. And we'll give this ball to Derrick Henry. Not Derrick Henry, to Todd Gurley. I'll be saying that next season. We'll be giving the ball to Derrick Henry. But we still got Todd, the Todd father. And he is trying... Oh, that ball's out, but Austin Blythe is there to get it. Woo! Todd Gurley has not fumbled the ball rarely ever in this... Even in this series, he hasn't fumbled the ball much. A few times he's fumbled it, but it's rare that he does. And that one just happened to get stripped out. Oh, they're going to review it. I don't think it matters too much. Was he down? Oh, his elbow was down. Okay, so they're going to call this back. It's not going to be a fumble. Okay, yeah, I was going to... The hitting the arm, that forced the ball out on the ground. But he was already down. Yep. So no fumble. I didn't think he was going to get called for that. That's good. So at least they don't call that a fumble. And it's not on his resume. But we need to try and keep up. Brett Hundley, I mean, he's the offense for the UCLA Bruins, and it is hard to keep up with them when you have a running back trying to be the guy that's keeping up with them. 10 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown is a fantastic day, but I mean, Brett Hundley's probably already over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, maybe 4 touchdowns at this point. I don't know what they've been doing, how they've been scoring their points, but I would assume Brett Hundley's been doing most of it. That's going to be Michael Thomas. Are they going to give me the first down? They will. Thank you. I appreciate the giving me the first down there. Michael Thomas already 3 catches, 16 yards. I was thinking about doing Juju there, but Michael Thomas, we need to get the first down, and Michael Thomas was the guy there. But this could leave somebody else open, like a Juju. We've done this play before. Even in this game, we've done this. Juju will be open. Juju down the middle of the field. Juju Smith-Schuster, good block, and Juju's down the field. He's got the speed, the breakaway speed. Ah, Juju caught at the 5, I think, maybe the 6. But Juju Smith-Schuster turned on the jets there to get away, and a couple key blocks from some receivers down the field helped it along the way, but that was a fantastic catch and run from Juju Smith-Schuster, the sophomore receiver, or freshman redshirt receiver. I can't remember which one he is. And Gurley will break the initial tackle, but can't break the second one, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Demarius Travis on the tackle. That one's unfortunate. 11 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown for Gurley. If we can get some solid blocking here, I might be able to cut this to the outside, cut it back in, and Todd Gurley in the end zone again for the second time. He will score in this game. Todd Gurley trying to keep pace with Brad Hundley. It is a tall task, but he is trying his best to do it. Oklahoma barely keeps their 7th spot in the poll because they won by at 1 point, 37-36 over Oklahoma State, I think it was. It was, who was it? It might have been Texas, a Texas team. I wasn't really paying attention. Huge, oops, I didn't mean to hit help. Huge carry for Todd Gurley there. He stays hot in this game. And number 11, Wake Forest falls. Number 10, Ohio State falls to Penn State. So number 10 and number 11 in the polls both lose in this week of college football. That's insane. We're going to have some movement at the back half of the top 10. Josh Perry trying to get some pressure. That's going to be, I thought it might have been tipped to the line. Tip by Bosa. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. Okay, they got 2 left. 1:11 to go. Down by 2 scores. Will they be able to put some points on the board? Who knows? Who knows? We're going to bring a safety blitz. And it's going to be Jalen Smith was in the backfield, but he didn't get there in time. It's going to be the running back, I think. Kavari Russell will be the one to wrap him up. Roderick Williams with 16 yards on the reception. Good for him. They don't use their timeout. They go hurry up. And I'm going to try and be able to get pressure on the quarterback, Foreman, here. And, oh, Leonard Williams almost got there, but Sheldon Day will be the one to wrap him up. Leonard Williams made initial contact to slow him down, and Sheldon Day is the man to seal the deal. The senior defensive lineman probably has a future on Sundays, and he continues his dominance this season. 2nd down and 16. They use their second timeout after that sack. And that's going to be wide open. It's May, KJ May down the sidelines, and they just got a huge reception there. KJ May burnt the corner that was covering him, and just like that, the Gophers are in scoring position. Well, that's not the outcome I wanted. They still have a timeout left. We need to push them back as far as possible. It's going to be caught by Carter, and Carter just pushed out at the 1. Wow. Minnesota has exploded on their drive here. And they are at the 1 yard line. Probably the half-yard line even. They are right at the goal line. 2 plays is all it took, and Roderick Williams will run into the end zone and chop this game to a 7-point one. Wow. Not something I expected to see. I thought we'd have this one pretty much in hand, but those 2 big plays, the KJ May 44-yard reception down the sidelines, and then the Eric Carter reception to get him to the 1. Whew, that came fast and it came hard. I was not ready for that. Okay, so we got 40 seconds to try and get at least into field goal range, maybe a touchdown. We've got great blocking here, and Trey Waynes will get us to the 25, maybe 26. Okay, Mariota, it's time for you to be able to do something here. We're going to go with tight end corner. And I hope that something get open here. Maybe O.J. Howard, maybe Amari Cooper. Set your feet and find it. What a throw from Marcus Mariota to Amari Cooper down the field, 34 yards. Mariota showing that he does have a pretty accurate arm when he tries. A beautiful throw, and that gets us pretty much into field goal range at this point. Not yet. We need to get a few more yards. And that's going to happen with Michael Thomas. A pick by the Golden Gophers, and they've got a chance to maybe get more points before the half is over. And they get the ball to start the second half. I didn't think I needed to float that. Michael Thomas was so butt naked wide open. I honestly didn't think I needed to float that above him. I thought that it was going to be high enough already where he wouldn't be able to get it and just be open. I did not think he'd catch that. Wow. A turn of the tables here. And that is gonna be caught by KJ May. And at the 15-second mark, the Golden Gophers are rallying. They are in field goal range, and I have a timeout left. How has this happened? I don't know what's going on. We need a big sack here from Bosa. It's not gonna happen. KJ May will get it and pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. That's actually good, because if they go for another play here and don't just choose to kick the field goal, they will go for another play. So 8 seconds, if we can keep them in play for 8 seconds and somehow survive without getting a field goal, oh, that would be the ideal situation here. Foreman, Sheldon Day's trying to force some pressure. He's just gonna throw it out. Man, I really needed a sack or something there. The end of this half has not gone our way, that is for sure. But it is college, and college kickers, they miss field goals. So this is still a hard one for him to hit. It's at a pretty tough angle. It's up, and it's good. Yeah. So at the buzzer, somehow the Gophers, instead of being down 14-0, they're down 14-10. That's not a good sign at all. I'm very upset at how that end of that half went, especially that interception, man. I really didn't think that I needed to float that over. Honestly, I didn't think I needed to float that over the linebacker there. I simply just didn't think he would be able to catch it. He proved me wrong. Man, he was so open too. Thomas was gonna be butt naked. He was gonna be soaring and flying and easy. Man, that's tough. That is tough. Josh Perry can't make a play. That's gonna be out of bounds. Peters was the only man close to it, really. Foreman's not that great of a quarterback. He is their backup, so we got to take that into account. But still, he's not doing that great, and yet we're just, I don't know, we feel sloppy. Our defense feels sloppy at times, and I don't like it. Jalen Smith is going to get him by the shoulders. Huge tackle from Jalen Smith. He is a stud. Jalen Smith. I definitely see him playing on Sundays for a long time. That is for sure. What a stud he is. And that's going to be Foreman finds Keys, and I completely just whiffed on the tackle. You idiot, Juice, you idiot. We had him stopped for a 4th down, and I completely missed the tackle. Mainly, I thought that he was going to step out of bounds. He never stepped out of bounds. He kept going. He stayed in bounds. Credit to him. Good on him for not stepping out of bounds. I just assumed that he would. Bosa trying to get some pressure on him. Why is he wide open? It's should have been a touchdown, really. Jamel Harbison. He should have had a touchdown there. He kind of like made a weird juke move, and it juked him right into one of our tacklers. What is happening here? We've just completely crumbled here, and the Gophers' offense has become elite. But that's going to be a sack from Sheldon Day. Number 2, possibly. Maybe 1.5. I don't know if they're going to give Leonard Williams credit for the other one. But that is an official full sack for Sheldon Day there. Gets him by the shoelaces. Come on, boys. Step it up. Play like a championship defense. They're going to hand this off. It's Williams. I completely whiffed the tackle. Landon Collins brings him down. But I could have stopped him for more yards if I would have hit him with Reggie Ragland. I need to stop whiffing on tackles. Whether it's NCAA or Madden, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to misuse your tackles. You can count on that. 3rd and 16. They're pretty deep for a field goal. I don't know how good their kicker is, but it's not going to matter because now their kicker is in field goal range. 4th and 8. Max Williams brings it in 7 yards. We do hold him to at least a field goal attempt, so that's good. And you never know. Field goal kickers can miss, especially in college. This is a tough one. This is a tight angle. But he had no problems with the first one. It's up, it's got the angle, and it's got the distance. It is in, and the Gophers have somehow pulled this within 1. I am stunned at what has happened here. It feels like we got punched in the mouth and have not been able to recover. Trey Waynes back to return, and Trey Waynes has an open lane. If he was just a little bit faster, he would have been through that. All right. I'm going to try and not throw an interception this time with Mariota. That's just such a a soul-crushing interception there. I had him so open. And the middle linebacker just made a good play on it. We'll see what they read here. Do they read? They read Todd Gurley this time, so that gives Mariota a chance to take off, and he will for 13 yards. I had some space there, too. Good job, Mariota. Much needed there. And now we'll go and give this to Gurley, probably. 9 first downs to their 8. And let's keep carrying with Gurley. See if we can get some more yards here. Cut this back up the middle. Try to break for some more yards and can't do it. 6 yards on the carry for Gurley. He's got 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is nowhere near what he needs to be to pass Brett Hundley. Especially, I mean, they put up 45 points in the third quarter. It's just such a mountain to climb to try and keep up with a quarterback like that. Especially a quarterback on a high-powered offense like UCLA. It looks like we're going to be seeing our second ever two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Good run from Gurley, gets the first down. I kind of want to just waste away the clock. If we could get to the fourth quarter before we score, that would be chef's kiss. That would be ideal. Gurley gets some space, tries to go outside, cuts it a little bit inside. He'll get 8 yards officially. Second down and 2, 15 carries, 94 yards, averaging 6.3 per carry, which is amazing. That's what I said. If Gurley can average 6 yards a carry, I would be happy with it, and he's averaging that, so. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Trying to get the first down. Gurley will barrel his way through, and it's just inches. 3rd and inches now. I thought I would fall forward. He didn't fall as forward as I expected him to. And now under 2 minutes in the quarter, we'll go back to the same play. Come on, Gurley. Get this. Get this, Todd. He will. Todd Gurley will get the first down, and we will extend the drive. Beautiful. 98 yards for Todd, the Todd father. We'll go back to read option here. It's worked pretty much every single time. And they're going to read Mariota. So Derrick Henry's fighting through. And Derrick Henry gets a nice carry. We might as well give Derrick Henry a few yards because he's going to be his team next year. Him and Alvin Kamara. So we might as well give Henry some yards. And see how he does, see how he performs. He's played a little bit this season. And he tries to burrow his way through, and he will get the first down. He's got 12 yards on 2 carries. Pretty explosive out of him, coming out of off the bench. And now we'll go with a mesh concept. We got about a minute to go in the third quarter, so we're good. We're doing good for pace here. We're not going too fast. We're not going too slow. And that's going to be almost caught by Amari Cooper. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. That one's on me. I accidentally pressed the wrong button there. I thought that the guy that I was going to throw to was square, but he was X. And I didn't realize that until I actually threw it. So luckily, it didn't get like intercepted or anything, but that's unfortunate. I can't throw the ball. Now I can. Michael Thomas with the first down catch. And 55 seconds to go. Now we'll go back to the run game now that we've gotten close to the goal line there. 4 catches, 30 yards for Thomas. That slot receiver, whoever's in the slot receiver is always going to have a good season because that's just my go-to read is whoever's in the slot. So it just happens to be Michael Thomas this season. And it'll probably, Michael Thomas will probably be out wide next year if he stays. It'll probably be Will Fuller next year in the slot. Keep it going. 100 yards now for Gurley. 37 seconds left. Devondre Campbell makes his 5th tackle of the game. 2nd and goal. I really need to get like to the 3 on this carry. Or a touchdown. If Gurley can get the touchdown, number 3 for Todd, and that's a late hit. Unnecessary roughness on the linebacker, number 56, tackles Todd Gurley. But that's number 3 for him. And with 27 seconds left, I feel like we did enough. We could have probably held it for longer and made him and bled it into the fourth quarter, but I'm okay with 37 seconds. It's Texas Tech, by the way, is who Oklahoma's playing. 21-13 is a good score. I'm happy with that because they're going to have to go for the 2-point conversion if they want to tie the game. But knowing this Minnesota offense, I mean, they've been pretty dominant the past couple of drives they've been out there. So I wouldn't put it past them to get the touchdown and the 2-point. We'll see what happens on this first play of the drive. Foreman has not looked amazing, but he's gotten the job done. They're going to give it to Williams, and Williams will get brought down after a gain of 3. I think it might have been Sheldon Day on the tackle. And they are going to probably get one more play before the quarter ends. They will. It's going to be another delayed handoff. This time it's Williams, and Williams will get brought down after a gain of 4. And with 6 seconds left, I don't see them getting another playoff, so they will start 3rd and 4. Maybe they'll get a playoff. Nope, they won't. They probably could have if they wanted to. But they will do 3rd and 4 at the start of the 4th quarter, 21-13. I don't feel super confident in this game, but I do feel pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good. That's not a very, very strong vote of confidence there. Oh, Joey Bosa couldn't get there. Wozniak with the drop. I can't believe it. He's sold. They had a first down and more, but the backup tight end drops the ball, and it's an incomplete pass. Wow. Wow, okay. They're going to punt the ball away. I'd go for that if I was them. I would really go for that. We just got bailed out heavily. Trey Waynes cut it to the outside. He's got speed. Trey gets up the field almost. If he can just turn that corner a little bit faster. But we just got super bailed out there, and now we'll try to capitalize. If we could run some more clock down and then give them the ball back with like a minute to go or something, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Gurley, try to fight for some yards. Hold on to that football, Todd. I know you fumbled and it came back, but I guess the fumble was only caused because you hit the ground with your elbow, so. 20 carries, 113 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Gurley. That's a good day. That's a really good day. You take that any day of the week. It's just when you're trying to compare it against what Brett Hundley's doing in UCLA, it's not that great. It's not as great as it seems. And that was an amazing run to the outside by Gurley there. Great blocking on the outside by some receivers. 127 yards for Gurley. Try to waste more clock. Great blocking again from the offensive line, and Gurley gets another first down, but this time there's a flag. Is it a hold? Clipping on the offense. Is it a receiver? It is. It's going to be Amari Cooper with clipping. 15 yards. So push us back even more. Amari Cooper doesn't usually, we don't get called for a lot of penalties. I have noticed that. We're a very disciplined football team. Just mistakes like that is going to cost us, but not when we have Marcus Mariota, who's going to be able to get all those yards back, basically. 10 yards on the rush. 4 carries, 47 yards for him. And we're into sub 4 minutes now in the game. 2nd down and 2. This is a very favorable running formation. We'll give it to Gurley. Let him get the first down and more. Todd Gurley breaks through a tackle and falls forward for 15 yards. 22 carries, 142 yards. Come on, Todd. You're the Todd father for a reason. We don't just give that name away to anybody. You are the Todd father. Prove him. Breaks a tackle and fights for 4. 146 yards now. Do we go for a pass here? That's the question. I think we continue to try and milk this clock. We're not going to get them down to within a minute, so that's just not going to happen. We're already too far down the field here, and we keep getting first downs, which momentarily stops the clock. That's Derrick Henry. Might as well keep going with Derrick Henry. I enjoy running with Derrick Henry. It's a little bit of a change of pace here. He's a little bit quicker than Gurley, and he's a little bit stronger than Gurley. And they're leaving the middle of the field wide open. Look at that line. It was nobody there. And Derrick Henry gets 5 yards. Now we'll let the clock run, and we'll let Gurley come back in to finish the drive off. He's basically gotten us down there. So we will go with, can I just go like a dive up the middle? It doesn't look like we have a dive up the middle, but we do have a quick base. Hopefully Gurley's back. Gurley is back. I don't know what the Minnesota defense was doing there. That last run, Derrick Henry could have sleptwalked through there. Number 4 for Todd. And we go up another score on Minnesota. Is it enough, though? I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, Gurley, we're probably going to win this game, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough for... Girl, he's going to stay in second place, but he just doesn't have enough, I don't think, to pass Hundley. And I don't want Hundley to be a 2-time Heisman winner, but it's just... I'm doing everything I can, man. I am doing everything I can to try and not have him be a 2-time Heisman winner. It's just... I think it's going to be impossible to pass him. He's doing too much. Unless he gets hurt. That's the only way. In the final game of the season, unless he gets hurt, that is really the only way. Plus, we don't have the benefit of having more games. We only have 2 games left. We have 2 bye weeks back to back. That's going to kill us in the Heisman race. I didn't make the schedule. I didn't choose where we had our bye weeks at. So we are going to struggle there. We're going to get hit heavily because I'm assuming that Hundley's going to have at least one more game after we get done with Nebraska. The next week, I would guess Hundley has another game afterwards. I guess we can check at the end of this one to make sure. But if he does, that's going to put us in a severe hole. Reggie Ragland almost picked it off. Oh, Reggie. We would have went crazy if you would have had good hands on that one. That would have been insane, Reggie. Oh, that would have been awesome. 3rd and 3. And Bosa trying to get there. That's going to go to the sidelines. Carter gets a foot down.
It's a great job here by the quarterback of recognizing the outside linebacker blitz.
They're under review. I was going to say, that had to have been close. Does he get this? I don't know about that, Chief. You got to overturn that. Thank you. Big time. That's 2 reviews so far that have gone in our favor. I figured they had to call that. I figured they had. That was a tough call. I appreciate the right decision, though, and it's 4th and 3 from Minnesota territory. Bosa's making a play. Joey Bosa gets slipped. And he's going to somehow complete the catch. Jalen Smith hammers him, but Joey Bosa, you got to hold on. Oh, we had him stopped. We had him stopped, and Bosa got slipped. Unreal. Unreal behavior from the backup quarterback. He's not missing that one. Bosa gets the sack. And Joey Bosa just got the record. Joey Bosa just set the record for most sacks by the Notre Dame player. And that's going to be Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Back-to-back sacks for the Irish. We're angry now that we allowed them to score that or get that first down. Back-to-back sacks. The safety blitz. Jamal Adams comes from nowhere, really. I didn't even see him on the field. And all of a sudden, he's in the backfield. I don't think Foreman saw him either. Can we get a 3rd one to finish the drive? He's wide open. He beat Ramsey. Ramsey! First down. We allowed 26 yards on a single play. Really, Jalen? Really? That's tough. That is tough. We were doing so good on that drive. Back-to-back sacks, get them 3rd and 26, and they get the first down on one play. Insane performance. Trey Waynes picked that off. I hate this game sometimes, man. It doesn't ever let me animate when I want to. KJ May has been a problem for us. He has been an absolute demon as a wide receiver. 270 yards for the backup, Dexter Foreman. There's 1:12 to go in the game. They've got to hurry up because they don't have a lot of time left to try and come back in this game. They're going for it all. Kevin Byard didn't jump again. Am I not close enough? That might be the reason. I don't know. I just think that if I'm in the area, I should be able to at least jump, and I didn't even jump there. Luckily, he didn't get a touchdown, so I'll take it, I guess. But I wish it would have been an interception. Stupid that it wasn't. But that's okay, because Bosa got to the quarterback, forces a bad throw. That would have been a tight throw even if I didn't get to the quarterback. Joey Bosa forcing a bad throw. Now we got Josh Sweat in there. We'll see how he can do. He's going to play more of a prominent role next season, probably. 3rd down and 10. Josh Sweat trying to get around. They find an open man. It's Wood. He slips one tackle. Byard wraps him up. It's 4th and inches. Under a minute to go. They have 2 timeouts, and they're down 28-13. It's a tough, tough game for them. It is a tough one for the Gophers. I'd hate to be them. I'm glad we're not in this situation ourselves. There's the snap. It's going to be a throw. Quick going. Harbison. He's breaking tackles like crazy. And another tackle. He got hurt on that one. Is that Ben Boulware bringing him down? Harbison is injured. 54 seconds. 54 seconds is left in this game. They've got to score onside kick. Hope they get the onside kick and get the ball back and score again. Great tackle. And the clock is running. Under 50 seconds. Under 40 seconds. And they spike it. 3rd and goal. So they waste a down so they don't have to waste a timeout. Odd choice. They had time. I feel like it was a weird call to choose to spike it, but whatever. I feel like we're in a bad play here. Somebody get there. Pick that off Marcus Peters. That's probably my fault. Okay. So they're going to have to go for a 2 points if they do intend on tying. They got to go for the 2-point here. And they will. I'm playing it too much like Madden. If that's Madden, that's easily picked off. Or at least animated on. Unfortunately, it's not Madden. And Jalen, oh, Josh Sweat didn't tackle him. It is a 7-point game. And they're going to go onside, and I didn't hit onside. Hold on. I got to call a timeout. I didn't hit onside. I hit X too many times, and it clicked it for me. Luckily, we had a timeout. All right, now we go onside kick. Michael Thomas and Mike Evans are the 2 guys that are at the front. Thomas will get it. Just go down, Mike. Just go down. Thank you. We get the onside conversion. We get the ball. 32 seconds left. Just give it to the Todd father. Just give it to the Todd father, and we can get out of here with a big-time victory. There's even an open lane. Todd Gurley. That's their final timeout. That was such an open lane there. Devondre Campbell is the one to bring him down. And 28 seconds remain in this game. We'll go one more carry for Gurley. He's going to have really no way to go there. But the play clock is lower than the game clock is lower than the play clock. So we will just let this ball run away, and we will survive in Minnesota. And I say survive honestly because there was a time early in this game where I thought that Minnesota was going to try and tie this game and win it, actually. They were down by a point. It was 14-13 at one point in this game. We got punched in the mouth and we're not able to recover there for a while. But then our defense came to play and we absolutely shut it down. So that was good. Big time victory. We played in an ESPN Classic game. Todd Gurley had 165 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's a really solid performance. Just not good enough to pass Brett Hundley. And we get a win on the road in Minnesota. Much needed. It was considered to be a possible trap game, and we survived it. So all in all, big time W's. Stats on the day. Mariota went 8 for 11, 147 yards, no touchdowns, and that interception to the linebacker there that I thought I had a great throw on. Gurley, we saw his stat line, 165 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6.3 per carry. Very solid for him. Even Derrick Henry ran the ball very well. So impressed by them. Michael Thomas had 4 catches, 30 yards. Juju had 2 for 79. He had that crazy run after the catch on one of his runs. Blocking wise, nobody really did anything there. And then 7 tackles for Jalen Smith. I told you, he's a stud, man. He's an absolute stud. And then sacks. So they did give full credit for the sack of Sheldon Day. So he's got 2. Bosa's got 1, and Jamal Adams got 1. We had a couple chances to intercept a couple passes, but didn't actually get it done. So we do win 28-21. And now we've got a huge game next week. A battle for the Big Ten West against Nebraska. Let's go get ready for it. All right, so here we are. It is week 13, our final game of the year. And it is Nebraska versus Notre Dame. At home in front of Touchdown Jesus. Number 11 Nebraska will come in to battle for the division. We stay at number 5 as we take a look at the Heisman Watch. Brad Hundley still has the lead. Gurley is right there. He's right there. It's just going to be too hard to pass over a quarterback. We'll see what happens, I guess. We will see what happens. The top 25 polls. We have Texas at 1. UCLA jumps to 2. So if nothing changes, that's going to be the national championship game. South Carolina is 3. Georgia Tech is 4. We are 5. Actually, we need to go to the coaches poll because this is what matters. Yeah, so it's still the same. Georgia Tech is 4. We are 5. Florida is 2. Or Florida is 6. They were 2 last time, but they must have lost. They did. They lost to South Carolina. All right, so only 2 undefeated teams left in the country, Texas and UCLA. We'll find out what happens there. We will find out what happens. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We've got a massive episode in the next one for the division for the Big Ten West, so make sure you guys don't miss it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.